Hi everyone, and welcome to our video for Tuesday the 12th of January. As ever, I hope you're keeping safe and well and looking after yourselves and those around you. So today we're continuing our series of reflections from this little book, God in the Time of COVID-19. And today's reflection is called, What do we ask God for and why? In times of crisis, it seems quite normal for many people to turn to God, even if they do not usually think much about God or pray to Him. There seems to be something in human nature that spurs us on to seek help from some higher power or force. Some people would call this power God, and in the three religious traditions of Judaism, Christianity and Islam, believers are encouraged and sometimes ordered to bring their needs to God. And of course, you may have heard that saying as well, there's no such thing as an atheist on a sinking ship. When we pray and ask God for something, what are we doing and what do we believe? Do we believe that God can simply suspend the laws of nature at our request? Do we believe that God has somehow caused our crisis and we need to appease Him to make it go away? How does God cope with my asking Him one thing and you asking Him the complete opposite? In chapter 7 of St. Matthew's Gospel, we read this: Continue to ask, and God will give to you. Continue to search, and you will find. Continue to knock, and the door will open for you. Yes, whoever continues to ask will receive. Whoever continues to look will find. And whoever continues to knock will have the door opened for them. That's Matthew chapter 7, verses 7 to 12. There is no doubt about the clarity or the meaning of Jesus' words, yet our prayer does not always receive an answer. Was Jesus lying? Was he winding us up in some way? There are, of course, all sorts of ways of interpreting that quote from the Bible, and all sorts of explanations that try to fit the round peg of our experience into the square hole of the gospel promise. To understand our contradictory experiences, it's necessary to go more deeply into the question of who we think God is. At a fundamental level, we do recognize Him as the one on whom we somehow depend. He is the one whom we can turn to and with whom we can have a personal relationship. In this vision, there's not much place for God as a magician who can cast a spell or wave a wand. We cannot manipulate or strike a bargain with God. The gospel story of the raising of Lazarus is helpful here. From John's Gospel, chapter 11, verses 1 to 25. There was a man named Lazarus who was sick. He lived in the town of Bethany, where Mary and her sister Martha lived. Mary is the same woman who put perfume on the Lord and wiped his feet with her hair. Mary's brother was Lazarus, the man who was now sick. So Mary and Martha sent someone to tell Jesus, Lord, your dear friend Lazarus is sick. When Jesus heard this, he said, the end of this sickness will not be death. No, this sickness is for the glory of God. This has happened to bring glory to the Son of God. Jesus loved Martha, her sister, and Lazarus. So when he heard that Lazarus was sick, he stayed where he was 2 more days and then said to his followers, we should go back to Judea. In John's account, Jesus delays his journey for 2 days, even though it is clear that Martha and Mary have begged him to come to Bethany. It is equally clear that Jesus has a close personal friendship with Lazarus and his 2 sisters. Inexplicably, as it seems to Martha and Mary, he does not come to their aid. The key here, of course, is the way in which Jesus sees these events. He wants us to understand them as an occasion for trust and faith, rather than for consolation. This is not a question of being callous or insensitive, but of embracing a bigger picture. God cannot be manipulated by us, and indeed has his own plan and purposes. We do not need to tell God what the world is going through, nor what is happening in our lives. He knows already. Yet there is a great value in telling the story to him to get it off our chest. When we then reflect on how we feel after telling God our woes, it may be that something has changed within us. Maybe a new perspective has emerged. Maybe there is greater clarity. Maybe we have even found a solution we weren't expecting. Those are all answers to prayer, but maybe not the ones we were expecting. Prayer can reveal something significant to ourselves and help us understand ourselves better. Jesus had this experience shortly before his arrest and execution in Matthew's Gospel 26. Then Jesus went with his followers to a place called Gethsemane. He said to them, "Sit here while I go there and pray." Then Jesus went on a little farther away from them. He fell to the ground and prayed, "My Father, if it is possible, don't make me drink from this cup. But do what you want, not what I want." Jesus is naturally frightened of what awaits him, which will culminate in a terrible execution by crucifixion. He prays to his Father that he could avoid this fate. Then he realizes that what he must suffer is an expression of his obedience to the Father. In a sense, Jesus appreciates that his death is part of a bigger plan. The answer to his prayer is not that he should avoid death, but that he now understands why he must die. Prayer can reveal something of our relationship with God. The real benefit of asking things from God is the deepening of our trust and dependency on him. The real answer to prayer is an understanding of the bigger picture. Prayer maybe can't be used so much to change God's mind, but it might just change us. So there we are, a few things in that reflection for you. I hope there's something in there that you find helpful as you come to consider your relationship with God and how you speak to him in prayer and how it affects you. Wonderful. So that is our reflection for today. I shall speak to you soon. Please do stay safe and well. God bless. Bye.